Alright, what is up YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with Red Hybrid. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the deck profile you guys probably wanted an update to because I didn't have any of the BT17 stuff. That's kind of why I said in that video, this is pre-BT17. But I guess that wasn't good enough for some of you, so you started leaving all your little constant dislikes there. So, well, guess what, guys? I got some BT17 stuff here. But let me be very, very clear. Just because BT7 stuff is here does not mean I'm playing Ancient Greymon. Because no, my Red Hybrid is still focusing on Emperor Greymon as his boss and rushing into Omegamon if it needs to be. I do need to find a second Omegamon, but if you guys have any extra, let me know, because I definitely will be running one extra if need be. So, with that in tow, BT17 is a thing, and I really don't care too much for whatever lineup of, the setup it was supposed to have, or it's trying to have. So, yeah, at least it tries. But, yeah, like I said, I'm really much excited for whatever the lineup wants to do to pull itself together. It's perfectly fine. But for me personally, yeah, I just look, I have it. I want to play it. And I'm just, going to continue to invest in it. So, yay. Jazz hands. Anyway, let's go ahead and just go through this with the pieces that I have together. So starting off are my 4 copies of my Digitama. They are Koromon from BT14. Moving from there, let's go into the main deck. So I'm running 3 copies of Flamon from BT17. 3 copies, I said 4, no, 3 copies of Flamon from BT17, 3 copies of Flamon from BT12, and 3 copies of Flamon from BT7. So, those are my Flamon. I'm now going to move on from there to show off my Spirits of Fire. The 4 copies of Agunimon from BT12, the 4 copies of the 2 copies of Burning Greymon from BT7, the 2 copies of Burning Greymon from BT12, and the 2 copies of Burning Greymon from BT17. Then from there, I'm running the 3 copies of my Oldemon from BT17 and the 3 copies of my Oldemon from BT7. So that is my setup for the Spirits of Flame. Then they evolve even further as I'm running 2 copies of Emperor Greymon from BT7, 2 copies of Emperor Greymon from BT12, and 1 copy of Omnimon from BT5. Now, to round out the last of Digimon, because I forgot that they were actually here, 2 copies of Bokomon from BT7 and 2 copies of Neymon from BT7. Oops, sorry guys, I did not forget you. It's just things happen. Alright, so from there, let's go on into the Tamers. 3 copies of Takuya. We have 3 copies of Takuya from BT7, from BT12, the 3 copies of Takuya from BT7, and the 2 copies of Takuya from BT17. From there, I go into my options. I'm running 2 copies of Crimson Blaze from BT8, 2 copies of Atomic Inferno from BT14, 2 copies of the Gravity Crush from BT1, and then 2 copies of Swartz Lacerate from BT7. So that is pretty much it for all of the cards that I'm running in the deck. So why don't we go ahead and go through it. So the Digitama of choice is going to be Koromon. It will always be Koromon until something changes. Simply because Koromon himself has a great array of support that he gives for this deck. Where once a turn, during your turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, you get to draw 1 card. While draw power doesn't seem like something really big or fantastic, its main objective is here to just help you support getting into more of your cards so that you can play other things or at least get to your tamers as soon as possible. Because the name of the game with any hybrid deck is trying to get to your support cards as fast as you possibly can. Now, moving on from there, first of all, let me apologize to both Pokemon and Namon, because these two guys, while being a part of the Digimon Frontier series, these two have honestly been two great support cards for hybrid decks. And apparently now Namon, because Namon is getting a lot more love as well. So let's talk about Namon just for a minute. Namon has the ability to play a tamer from your hand with an inheritable effect without playing its memory cost. Once a turn, when one of your Digimon with a tamer card in its Digivolution sources is deleted, you can play one tamer from your trash without paying its memory cost. While Pokemon over here allows you to reveal top 5 cards of your deck to then add one card with hybrid or 10 warriors in this trait to your hand, and as well as a tamer, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. When a tamer would digivolve, you can gain 2 memory. So both of these cards are here to help support Takuya going into his variations of the Spirits of Flame, while giving you not only recovery in the forms of gaining memory, but also allowing you to play your tamers without having to pay their memory costs, and even recovering some tamers from the trash without paying their memory costs. Pokemon and Namon are definitely some good extensions to this. This is why I had to make sure I included both. Now, moving on from these two awesome guys, we're now going to talk about the Flamemon. BT17's Flamemon is here to help you search out for your Takuya and your 10 warrior or hybrid card. While being able to not only get both of them, this is also a way not only to be able to get them, but also tamers with inheritable effect and return the rest of the bottom of your deck will definitely help you out in terms of getting to your support as soon as you can. The next one up is, trying to move cards over, is Flamemon from BT12. By trashing a card from your hand that has a hybrid in its trait, you're then able to draw 2 cards. Like I said, draw power. And being able to set up the trash for your Takuya's ability, which I'll read off Takuya soon. Then we have Flamemon from BT7, which on play reveal top 4 cards of your deck to add a card with either Susanomon, Takuya, or a 10 hybrid traded card to your hand. With the advancement of a lot of the 10 hybrids and then stuff like that, you're definitely able to pick up a lot more of your pieces when needed. Now, as far as the inheritables go, Flamemon can play a tamer with an inheritable effect from your hand without paying the memory cost on deletion. Flamemon from BT7 also has a similar effect, but he plays Takuya without paying the memory cost from your hand. And the one in the middle says that if the card has 10 warriors or hybrid in its trait, it gains 2k DP. So a power bonus from 1, while the other 2 are able to play the tamer when it's deleted. Alright. Then from there, we're now going to go into the Spirits of Flame. So just give me 1 second, because I want to make sure everything is organized. Alright. So first off is our boy Agumon. I'm not running the BT17 Agumon because that one focuses itself on playing Emperor Greymon. While this deck is not focused on Emperor Greymon and has no need, Ancient Greymon, and doesn't want to focus on the Ancient Greymon, this is probably one of the more beneficial ones to play, because you're able to not only play this card from your hand on top of Takuya and make it as a level 3, but you're also able to digivolve off a Burning Greymon for a cost of 1. And on its deletion, you may play a Flamemon from your hand without paying the memory cost, while its inheritable allows you to play Takuya from your hand without paying the memory cost. So then we have one of each of our Burning Greymon. Burning Greymon, for my honest opinion, tends to not be the downside, but also flexibility is a thing. So Burning Greymon from BT7 is the one that on Digivolution, if you have Takuya in its source, you can delete a Digimon that has 4k DP or less. This can be very beneficial to Floodgate Digimon that want to use abilities to hinder your performance and just outright be annoying. So what happens? Well, that's where Digimon like this one comes into play to help get rid of those Digimon. Next up to that is that it doesn't have an inheritable, which it's fine. It doesn't have to. But we do have I wanted to say Vitramon because that's his Japanese name. Burning Greymon here can digivolve off of Agunimon for a cost of 1. And funny enough, although it wasn't on the other Agunimon, a lot of the things that you get in just the long run with both this Burning Greymon and that one is that you get removal from this one, while this one helps gain a DP buff, while also its other ability gives DP to a card with 10 warriors or hybrid in its trait during your turn. The same thing goes with this Vitramon, who shares a similar ability where they can digivolve off of either the Tamer for 2 or the Agunimon for 1. Then it has Raid. I forget what Raid does. I'm sorry, I just don't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's an ability that can be used. But when attacking, the Digimon can digivolve into a card with hybrid in its trait from your hand, while it reduce Digivolution cost of 1. So basically, just try to speed itself into Vitramon as soon as possible. Aldemon as soon as possible. Speaking of which, now you're wondering why I'm only running 2 of each. That's simply because 1, I wanted to make room for a lot of other cards. 2, I'm not running too many particular cards, so I wouldn't have those issues hindering me either. And to be honest with you, yeah, I could run some other additional cards, or maybe multiple copies, but that also depends on me trying to, cut more cards out of it as well. So from there, let's go on into, of course, the dual hybrids, which is Aldemon. So Aldemon from BT7 is the one that you can digivolve this using Tamer card. If the Tamer card is used in its Digivolution source, you can reduce it by 2. When digivolving, if this card has hybrid in its trait, it gains 4k DP, making it 12k. And its inheritable is during your turn when this card has 10 warrior hybrids in its trait, it makes them immune to your opponent's security option cards effects. Which is great because that means we can just run over stuff when needed without having to worry about stuff like chaos degradation, shenanigans from like other cards similar to that, because I can't think of too many off the top of my head. But most of them Vitramon can get over because it has AKDP. So then the other Vitramon, this is the one from BT17, where you can place an Agunimon and a Burning Greymon from your trash under Takuya and digivolve into this card, while treating that Digimon as a level 4, and the cost of its Digivolution being 3. Now, when digivolving, if your opponent delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less. So while one Burning Greymon is allowing you to delete a Digimon your opponent has with 4k DP or less, this Aldemon is going to come in and delete a Digimon again, but one with 6k DP or less. Yeah, removal on the spot with more spot removal is great because it allows you to clear out things that you couldn't. It allows you to get rid of some nasty blockers, to get rid of some other nasty monsters that try to do hinder your ability to reduce costs, hinder your ability to gain memory outside of your tamer and stuff. So yeah, I definitely have on. I'm running 3 of each for that reason. Then let's move on from the spirits of fire and then talk about the last of the big support. Omegamon is here to basically fill in for the Blitz, being able to unsuspend himself and then being able to protect himself from your opponent by discarding the level 6 Digimon under it in order to protect itself. Now, all great on paper, all great on scheme, and I definitely would like another. But we're here for the Emperor Greymon, so let's talk about them. Emperor Greymon from BT12 has the ability to gain an additional security attack +1. Fine. Now, its other ability is that it's able to, when digivolving, You can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less, but if this card was Digivolved while you have a Tamer in its Digivolution source, then you're able to delete an opponent's Digimon with DP equal to or less than this card. Mind you, this card is already coming out at 11, and then with all the additional DP added on from the effects of all the other hybrids, this thing can easily become maybe 21 to 22k, depending on how many of the hybrid cards you're going to put under it. Then on top of that, its ability to play a Takuya from your hand or trash without paying return costs if it's deleted. So a lot of beneficial effects to it. Now, if this isn't your Emperor Greymon and you want to rush in for Swarm, well, you have Burning Greymon from BT7 that has the ability to Blitz itself. Blitz, for those who don't know, means that Digimon can attack even if the turn, if the opponent player has more memory, has one or more memory. Its other ability is that when this Digimon is blocked, you can unsuspend it and then gain a memory for every Digivolution source this card has with hybrid in this trait. Another way to play around blockers and force your opponent to really question, do they want to block the attack or not? Because if they do, they're going to give you memory, and then you're going to be able to, what is it? Yeah, you're going to be able to gain memory for every card under it that has hybrid in this trait. And trust me, we're going to make sure that it does. So it is a lot to handle with this because, like I said, Red Hybrid just has so many different fluctuations to itself. So it was just a matter of time before I started, rebuilding and remastering it. But wanting to focus on this because Emperor Greymon just seems to be the easier setup and easier pull for me. And this just fits how my playstyle playing Digimon has been. So, alright, that is it for those Digimon. We move on into our Tamers. This is probably my least favorite of the Tamers, but I at least wanted to show it off. This is, of course, Takuya Kanabara. Now, the only thing I like about this Takuya and it's inheritable is that it gives the Digimon 2k DP during my turn, but when the DP is 10k or more, the Digimon will gain piercing. Meaning that it's able to pierce into your opponent and still break what others are carrying for a cat. Excuse me. Other than that, I really don't care about this effect because it relies heavily on your opponent to give you an additional memory. Then from there, we have Takuya from BT7. This is the one that has the ability to stack 5 cards with hybrid in its trait under itself and Digivolve into an Emperor Greymon at a Digivolution of where this Tamer is treated as a level 5 red Digimon, simply because this helps you just be into your Emperor Greymon or your Kaiser Greymon for whatever situation is needed. Now, its ability, of course, gives you 2k DP, and when your DP is more than 2k, security attack plus 1. So, and then, of course, we have our Memory Setter Takuya, and his ability is that when you have 10k DP or more, once a turn, you gain the ability to... when this card checks an opponent's security, you gain 2 memory. So, even one setup for a memory boost. So, 3, 3, and 2. Only because I just wanted to show that this Digimon card off. And then maybe in the future, it stays. If not, it just doesn't. Alright, from there... and now we'll move on into the option cards. Crimson Blaze, to help us get rid of a lot of the nasty floodgates. Atomic Inferno for the additional security attack, and even funnier, that ability to give an additional security attack, even if, to all your Digimon until the end of your next turn. Gravity Crush for that little bit of extra memory if it's needed. And Swart's Lariat, which I know a lot of people are questioning, wait, why this? Some of the cards in your deck are going to be purple, so many of them are going to be either hybrid or Tin Warrior. So let's not play the game and a lot of them are going to be hybrid, so let's not play the game and actually use some cards. We're going to take advantage of that, and this is what those cards do. Now, for the fluctuation of it being purple, there are some purple Digimon in here, like my Vitramon, my Burning Greymon, and my Aldemon, my Burning Greymon, as some of the key pieces. So, yeah, it was a definitely big lineup of things and a big setup for things. But honestly think these are just the great support that you'll need for this deck, especially with the play. I am playing 2222, but you don't have to play 222. You can, find your own ratio of it, but this is going to kind of what this helps me out, and I'll be testing it for a while. So, with that in turn, guys, that is pretty much it for my Digimon deck profile for Red Hybrid, post BT17 and getting ready for things to come. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm tired as hell and I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more of my content to my channel. My social media links are in the description box below, and if you guys want to catch other Digimon content, you can check that out in the playlist that I leave, as well as some of the recent video tab. So thanks everybody for watching, and your boy HBJ signing out.